YouTube, how the duck you doing? Duck Films here. What I got for you today is a breakdown of patch 2.6 or the mid-season patch for the finals. And quickly, before the video starts, I want to ask if you're new here and haven't already, please do me a huge favor and hit that like and subscribe button as it greatly helps me out. And if you want to support me even more, why not become a YouTube member? It greatly helps me out as well. But anyways, I hope you sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. So starting off this new patch is the limited time game mode terminal attack. To give something to compare to this game mode is probably going to be Call of Duty Search and Destroy. There's two different teams, an attacking team and a defense team, and there's 2 points and a quote-unquote key or bomb. In the game mode there is no healing or reviving, and the gadgets for all class do not regenerate whatsoever. So for instance, if you're playing the light class and you have a stun gun, you can only use the stun gun one time during that round. As well as, if you're damaged in the game mode, you can only regen up to 100 HP regardless of how you take the damage. With this game mode comes the addition of new contracts and cosmetics. Now, stated in the patch notes, they are continuously working on the anti-cheat to try to prevent cheaters in the finals. As well as, you go to their Discord server, there's going to be a channel called Report a Player, where you give the information of the player and submit a video of the evidence. To practically sum up what the note on anti-cheat is really about is that they're constantly trying to upgrade their system so that they can counteract the cheats. Now, moving on to a major topic is the balance changes of the game. There are 4 different gadgets that are affected by these changes, that being the barricade for the heavy class, the glitch grenade for the light class, the stun gun for the light class, and the vanishing bomb for the light class. I'm starting to see a trend with these nerfs. Now, starting off with the heavy barricade, they said that they increased the size by 20%. Now, I'm no mathematician, but to me, this doesn't look like 20%, this looks like more like 50%. But one thing that will change is that you're no longer allowed to head glitch over the top of a barricade, which makes the barricade solely for the purpose of defense. Now, I guess you'll see this next change as a buff to the glitch grenade, but they updated the glitch grenade effect so now it passes through both dome shields and meshes, meaning if you have C4 behind a dome shield, the C4 will also be affected by the glitch grenade. Now it's more like an actual AoE effect. Now personally, this next change to the stun gun, I'm not really sure what they were trying to accomplish with this. So in the first line of the update, you can see that they buffed it by increasing the travel distance from 12 meters to 16 meters, but the rest of it I see as just nerfs. The second line is players who are stunned can now use their specials and gadgets while stunned. Then players who are stunned can also aim down sights, as well as you can now crouch when you are stunned. How I see it, the stun gun pretty much becomes obsolete for the light class, but basically to show you what exactly happens, at 16 meters I get stunned, and I'm still allowed to pop my mesh, throw C4, and place barricades. As well, when you get stunned while holding a barrel, or picking up a barrel, you can still throw it and pick it up at the same time. Just to show you how much worse the stun gun is now, we place the C4 on the ground, while I get stunned, I am still able to explode the C4. I honestly don't understand why they keep nerfing the light class. It really seems like they just don't like the light class in general. In my eyes, I felt like the light class was perfectly fine. However, I guess other people didn't agree with that. Now, in terms of the vanishing bomb change, all they really did was decrease the impact range of the vanishing bomb, and affected players are slightly easier to see when moving. Now going into a much needed and massive change to a weapon, the FCAR got nerfed pretty heavily, I would say. So starting off, they decreased the damage from 25 damage to 22 damage, and because they reduced the damage, they decided to increase the mag count from 20 to 25. However, they did increase the fall off damage multiplier at max range from 50% to 55, meaning the weapon does slightly more damage at range now. Now this is a dev statement, and the dev says that our data shows that the FCAR is very strong in the hands of good players, but is harder to use for newer players. With this change, they try to hopefully rein in the weapon's power at higher skill ratings, while making it slightly easier for newer players. Now when I was using the new FCAR, in my eyes it still felt perfectly the same as it was prior. However, sometimes you can slightly feel the damage change, but it's really nothing significant. Now with this patch, they also changed some content and bug fixes. Small things such as new intros and idle animations for the dagger and the sword, but changes to swapping items when quick meleeing will now instantly cancel the quick melee animation, meaning you're going to lose the ability to do the animation cancels, which is not the best for sword users. They increased the priority of enemy footsteps so that it'll be easier to hear enemy footsteps in general. They tweaked the sound settings for the demat and remat ability, and they added some more skins to the battle pass. Now this next change, I'm not a controller player, but they did a lot of changes to the gyro aiming for the controller. All the settings and stuff will be on screen. Now I'm personally not sure what half these settings mean, but I will say at the top that they recommend that you restore the defaults in the gyro tabs before enabling and trying out the new settings. So before you mess with the settings, go ahead and set it to default, then you can mix and match however you like. They fixed an issue where weak flashes would override strong flashes. I don't know what that really means. They fixed some customization issues on some gadgets, and they removed the spectator bug where you could trigger mines in the spectator free cam. They added soul to power shift. In general, they adjusted collisions on some bushes and fixed an issue where zipline cables did not break correctly. On Cis Horizon, they reduced the intensity of the interior colors, so the rooms such as that bright red room will no longer be as bright. Now the last two changes in the patch, one of them being super major, which is the ranked tournament change, but as well there was some changes done to the private match. They lowered the requirements to start private matches from 6 to now it's at 2, so you can easily do your 1v1s on Soul Construction. As well, they gave the private match lobby creator now has the option to opt out of participating in the match, as well as you can now kick players from the lobby if you are the leader, as well as adding power shift to the private match settings. Now the last and certainly not the least, one of the most important changes in the patch is the change to the ranked tournaments or the competitive mode. They reduced the ranked tournament size from 48 players to 24 players. Now the devs note that this change should make matchmaking faster, make tournaments available to more players in different regions, and help improve the quality of skill-based matchmaking, leading to closer games. Now, although I'm not as posting as much ranked content, this is definitely a nice change. Now, because they reduced the amount of players that participate in a ranked tournament, they ended up reducing the ranked tournament duration from 4 rounds to 3 rounds. Again, this was due to changing the number of players. Now, they increased the speed at which visible league rankings synchronize with SBMM ratings. This in turn means that you should be playing with people similar to your rank much more often. Then they improved matchmaking to closer matchmake players within their league rank. So hopefully if you're diamond, you should be getting placed with more diamond players, plat with more plat, and so on. Now they also added an indicator in the league overview screen to show your change in rank progression from the last tournament you participated in. With this, hopefully you'll be able to better tell when you're going to rank or derank. And the devs note that this is the same arrow indicator that you get after a ranked tournament has been completed, so that if you missed it, you can review it on the league overview page. Now there are some changes that I didn't list in this video, but I will have the link to the full patch notes in the description down below. And do me a favor and let me know what you think about these patches that I mentioned down below in the comments. But anyways, I'll catch you in the next one.